Hi there, and welcome to the show where we break all the rules that society wrote for women of a certain age. Apparently, the minute we blow out the candles on our 50th birthday cake, we're supposed to vanish quietly into the wallpaper. No tattoos, no selfies, no solo travel, no opinions. Heaven forbid we wear a bikini or drop the occasional F-bomb. Well, guess what? I didn't get the memo. Well, or maybe I did, and I used it to light a candle while sipping wine in my new favorite shade of lipstick called Too Bold for You. Today I'm diving into some of the absurd, outdated, and honestly hilarious list of things older women shouldn't do. Spoiler alert, we're doing them anyway, and with flair. First, we shouldn't wear bold colored lipstick. Oh, really? Apparently, the moment we hit 50, our lips are supposed to retire and disappear into a beige oblivion. Heaven forbid a woman over a certain age wears red. What if someone mistakes her for wanting to look like she did in her 20s? Oh, but you know what? Bold lipstick isn't about trying to look younger. It's about saying, I've lived through enough nonsense, and I'll be damned if I'm going to blend into the wallpaper now. Whether it's fire engine red, electric purple, or bright orange that screams, yes, I have opinions. Our lips have earned the right to speak boldly, loudly, and with bright pigment. If you don't like it, don't look. But please do step aside while I reapply my lipstick in a shade called Not Asking Your Opinion. And don't even get me started on those makeup counters where the 22-year-old sales associate says, oh, you might want something more natural for your age. Sweetheart, I've got more stories behind this mouth than you've had awkward first dates. I don't need your permission to wear a lip color that could stop traffic. I need you to hand me the damn shade named Drama Queen and ring it up fast. Let's be honest. I'll accept that bold lipstick isn't for the faint of heart. But yes, it is for the woman who has survived breakups, layoffs, menopause, and possibly a hip replacement, and still manages to look fabulous walking into a room. That lipstick is our war paint. It says, I've been through the fire, darling, and now I'll light the next one myself. So the next time someone says bold lipstick is too much, just smile and leave a perfectly bright red kiss on their fragile little expectations. Second, we shouldn't get tattoos. If you watched the video I did about nice ladies getting tattoos, you already know my opinion about this one. So brace yourself and watch out for the ink police with their outdated opinions. They'll tell you that once you hit 50, your skin becomes a sacred, untouchable scroll of wrinkles and wisdom, not a canvas for self-expression. Heaven forbid we stain that holy parchment with art. I mean, how dare an older woman want a symbol that expresses her love for her dogs just above the inside of her wrist, right there, or a cheeky little stylized dog on the inside of her other arm. Didn't she get the memo that tattoos are only for rebellious teens? Midlife crisis dads on Harley Davidsons? Or Instagram models named Crystal? Ugh. Let me break it to you gently. We're not trying to join a biker gang or relive our youth. We just no longer need permission to decorate our own bodies. Maybe that tattoo represents surviving breast cancer. Maybe it's in memory of someone we love. Or maybe it's a wild impulse on a Tuesday because we finally realized that life is short and we frankly don't give a damn what the PTA thinks. So yes, if you want, get a lotus on your wrist or get a moon phase tattoo on your shoulder. And me? Well, very soon I'll be getting an outline of a beautiful dog filled with flowers because it looks badass, and I can. Don't worry about how it's going to look when we're old. We already are old and we still look fabulous. Now kindly step aside. I have an appointment at the tattoo parlor and I'm taking my arthritis cream, reading glasses, and a rebellious sense of freedom with me. Yep. Third, we're not supposed to start a YouTube channel. Leave that to the 22-year-olds. You mean to tell me that in a world where 20-somethings are monetizing their emotional breakdowns, older women are not supposed to start YouTube channels? Sit down. Really, just sit yourself down before you pull something from the sheer weight of that outdated opinion. Apparently, we're supposed to stay quietly in the background and leave the content creation to kids. But why shouldn't we start YouTube channels? I'll let you in on a secret. I got a phone call from a friend just 3 months before my 80th birthday. She said she was going to make YouTube videos, and why didn't I do it too? Well, you already know that I jumped at that. My first channel is called Kate Gypsy. It's about my expat life in Indonesia and is doing very nicely, thank you very much. We older ladies have stories, wisdom, sarcasm, sass, and a refreshing lack of patience for BS. We've lived through multiple decades of fashion disasters, rotary phones, and people underestimating us. You think we can't handle a tripod and an iPhone holder? And let's not forget, we've been performing our entire lives. Whether it was as a high school Spanish teacher, a teacher of English as a foreign language, a tour leader all over the world, or a bunch of other things that I won't bore you with. But please know that we're natural-born storytellers. We know how to engage an audience, keep it real, and here's the kicker. Do it without needing to lip sync. So no, we will not sit quietly and let the algorithm pass us by. Whether we're sharing travel adventures, teaching how to paint a beautiful dog, or giving unfiltered life advice from a patio chair with a glass of wine in hand, we're here. We're online, and honey, we're uploading in 4K. Fourth, we're not supposed to speak our minds. Older women are supposed to be sweet and silent, right? Heaven forbid an older woman say what she actually thinks. What would the world come to if we started voicing opinions that weren't pre-approved by polite society and wrapped in a crocheted doily of apologetic smiles? We might actually upset the delicate balance of the universe, or at least make a few fragile egos tremble in their socks. We're supposed to be sweet, gracious, quiet, nodding pleasantly while someone not even half our age explains things we already know and possibly even taught. If we have an opinion, we're expected to whisper it into a napkin so it never escapes to be heard by someone who actually needs it. But actually saying what we think with conviction, that's dangerous territory, apparently. Because once older women start using their voices, people might realize we've got decades of experience, a pretty sharp BS detector, and oh yeah, a backbone. Speaking your mind after 50 is practically a revolutionary act. It's when the filter starts slipping and the "I've had enough of this nonsense" attitude kicks in. And honestly, it's glorious. I love it. We've been polite, we've been patient, and we've bitten our tongues so many times they've got scar tissue. Now, we're done with the pageantry. We're calling out nonsense when we see it, challenging double standards, and refusing to stay quiet just to keep the peace at someone else's comfort level. So no, we're not going to sit quietly while someone makes a sexist joke or suggests we're too emotional. And we won't shrink ourselves just to fit into someone's outdated idea of what's appropriate. Because speaking our minds isn't rude, it's real. And if that makes someone uncomfortable, well, maybe they should take a class in how to listen properly. Preferably one taught by a sharp, silver-haired woman who's not afraid to speak up. Fifth, we're not supposed to use the F word or other profanity. Oh, heavens, no. Didn't you get the memo? By the time a woman hits 50, her vocabulary is supposed to consist solely of words like gracious, dear, lovely, and bless your heart. Anything stronger than darn might cause a societal meltdown. Because obviously, an F-bomb from a woman with crow's feet is so much more offensive than one from a 22-year-old dude live streaming Call of Duty. You see, older women are expected to embody dignity and restraint, which is code for sit down, zip it, and never express your real feelings, especially not with spicy language. Swearing, after all, implies that we're still emotionally alive and fed up with some stuff. And we simply can't have that. We're supposed to be serene and saintly, ideally knitting or crocheting, maybe humming softly. But let's be real. If anyone has earned the right to drop an F-bomb now and then, it's us. We've endured sexist bosses, navigated menopause, and explained how to make Xerox copies more times than we can count. You want to police our language now too? F that. Sometimes no other word hits quite like a good, well-placed curse. It's therapy. It's punctuation. It's rebellion. And sometimes it's just plain fun. So if you hear an older woman mutter something unladylike under her breath at the grocery store, don't be shocked. Be impressed. She's still got her edge. and she's not about to dull it down for anyone. So, if you liked this video, nodded in solidarity, or if you suddenly felt like buying temporary tattoos and speaking your mind, then I've done my job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you don't miss the next episode where I break the rules again. And hey, if you've got your own list of rules that you've gleefully ignored, drop them in the comments below. Let's show the world that we're not fading. We're just getting louder, bolder, and a whole lot more fun. Until next time, stay feisty, stay fabulous, and for heaven's sake, say the F word every time you feel like it. Bye for now. See you next time.